Hey, Brian Linney here. I am running for State Senate in Idaho, running in District 13 South Nampa. But as you know, if I win, I don't just represent South Nampa. What I represent is Idaho, and my votes and actions and everything would affect everyone who lives in Idaho. So even if you don't live in Nampa, this matters to you. I wanted to go over really quick an article that came out today. However you say this website, Yurganot.com. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I saw it in the news. Voter registration and indoctrination addressed in Idaho Legislature. So I wanted to cover really quick the mindset of most of our elected officials versus regular people like me and probably like you, unless you're one of the spies from the establishment watching this. Then, hey, how's it going? I hope you get voted out in May. So two things. So there's legislative tax cuts. So we have a $2 billion surplus that this article talks about. We have $2 billion that the state took from us and is sitting in an account. And then there's also indoctrination from college all the way down to preschool of Idaho students with things like anti-American propaganda, socialist propaganda, anti-white propaganda, critical race theory, things like that. So whoever wrote this article interviewed a few people to get their take on it. One of them is Senator Jeff Agenbrod, a Republican from Nampa who doesn't actually follow the Republican platform. And that's not an attack or an ad hominem thing. It's just fact. When you look at his voting record, he votes like a liberal. And he's the chairman, co-chair of the Joint Finance Appropriations Committee, which means he's one of the guys who helps decide where we spend our money. So the mindset of a statist, which is someone who serves the state as opposed to the citizens, is covered in this article. Agenbrod said the $600 million tax break is the biggest of its kind in Idaho history. We get $75 back. So they cut taxes and they said, look, $600 million, it sounds good. It's a good talking point, but in reality, they're giving people back, out of this $2 billion surplus, they're giving us back $75 each, which doesn't really help any people. But the crazy part is here, Agenbrod, the guy I'm running against, who claims to represent us but does not. Agenbrod said it'll be important for the state to spend it wisely and invest it wisely for the future of Idaho, as residents will be paying back the taxes in generations to come. So a conservative, an actual platform Republican, someone who follows the Republican platform would say, hey, we have $2 billion. We overtaxed. Let's give it back to people. Not just $75. Let's give people several thousand back. Let's give people real tax relief. Let's do something about property tax, grocery tax, income tax. Instead, they say, let's spend it. We have $2 billion we stole from the people. Let's spend it. So this is the mindset of Jeff Agenbrod, as quoted in this article. Let's put this on generations to come. Your kids, my kids, if I have grandkids someday. I have 4 little kids, but they want to spend the money. The other thing this talks about is indoctrination at the college level of critical race theory. Jeff Agenbrod said there's no evidence of any of that happening. Has the Idaho, if you want evidence, I don't have time in this video, but if you want evidence of that happening, go to the Idaho Freedom Foundation, idahofreedom.org. Among other places, they catalog this very well. So one thing, this is what a statist person does, someone who serves the state. They want to spend your $2 billion in the budget surplus instead of giving it back. And they say, hey, there's nothing to see here. There's no indoctrination in the college classrooms. Now, 2 of my things I'm running on are stopping the indoctrination of kids in Idaho classrooms from college all the way down to preschool, and providing real tax relief. So check out my website, votelenny.com. If you like what you see, get in the fight with your checkbook, and let's take our state back. Thanks.